Hello, my name is Paul Peck. I'm a regional vice president with Metro Public Adjustment, and I'd like to talk to you today about being an entrepreneur, being your own entrepreneur. A lot of us have always worked for another company, and so our mindset is to get a job, to work at a job, and to bring home a regular paycheck every week that our family will depend upon. What's interesting is that America and our society in particular allows us to do entrepreneurial things and get paid on a regular basis for those entrepreneurial things. Metro Public Adjustment is an entrepreneurial company. So, why did you sign up and why did you join Metro? Well, most probably you did it because you saw something here that excited you both from a financial perspective as well as from a workflow perspective. In other words, the work we're doing is work that you felt comfortable with and that you thought you could do, but as importantly, you felt you could be paid well for it. Well, that's a good start. So now we have to start off and what causes that income to come? Well, writing claims is where everything begins and where our income starts. We have to write claims and we have to have others write claims as well, which moves into the second reason that you join Metro, oftentimes is to build a team. Although a team is not necessary at Metro, it does in fact help strongly in your ability to grow an income and to grow passive income. If you're an entrepreneur, you're kind of like John Mesko, because John has been a strong advocate of building teams, writing claims, and of building something different in the Metro model. Are you John Mesko? Meaning that are you willing to take the risks and are you willing to build a team that enables you to have good passive income for the rest of your life? I can tell you that building a team has enabled me to start developing passive income and allowed me to have income when I was unable to work directly for a couple of weeks. I still maintained income and a weekly paycheck. So who are you going to hire? Well, there's a lot of people that are underemployed. It's not just the unemployed people that we want to work with. We want to work with underemployed people. These are people that have either part-time work and want full-time work, or have full-time work that is underneath their actual earnings capability. There's a lot of people like that in the workforce today. In fact, it's over 12%. In some cases, people think it's closer to 30%. That's a lot of people. 20 million people are underemployed today. And that's a huge number of people that can use additional income that Metro could provide them that would enable them to better perform for their families and for themselves and to become much more proficient in in their capabilities. A report from the Federal Reserve Bank of New York showed that the college graduates, the people are 22 to 65, that their underemployment rate was held steady at 33% for 3 decades, for 30 years. So that takes it well beyond any political environment that we might find ourselves in. And it takes us out of the ups and downs of a strong economy or a poor economy. Being 33% for 3 decades means that that's a constant number that is relatively available to us as potential part-time employees. 53 million people are underemployed. Almost everyone that you meet, 1 out of 3 people that you meet is underemployed and could use additional income and is actually actively looking for additional income in their lives. So Let's put a 2-day challenge together. 2-a-day challenge. Prospect 2 people a day. Not a really hard program to follow, but what it is to prospect those people, and then what it is to have those people become aware of our work and of what you do, that's where the challenge comes into play. The first people you want to prospect is your warm market. Anyone you know or who knows of you. These could be family, friends, they could be neighbors, they could come from grade 8s that you've received from your current clients. They can also be people that you recruit, people that are from ZipRecruiter, Career Builder, from job fairs, car signs, tear-off sheets. All of these are reasonable ways of developing a market and identifying new connections. There's a lot of work being done with Facebook and LinkedIn currently that I have not involved myself in, but that has been fruitful for people that I work with. I have primarily worked with Craigslist, ZipRecruiter, job fairs, and tear-off sheets. I've put tear-off sheets into ShopRites and into other public bulletin boards where they've torn off a little part of the sheet which had my contact information on it and then reached out to me. I actually have had some success with that. Being a CEO of your own company is really being an entrepreneur. It's really having the idea that you are constantly in a learning mode, that you're constantly looking for, asking questions, always trying to understand more about the people that you're talking to. You want to find something every day that's going to increase your attitude, that's going to give you a pump, that's going to give you something more in the day. And a lot of that can be just being able to tell your story to more people. I had dinner last night at a restaurant. I'm currently in Chicago, and I had dinner at a restaurant. I was sitting by myself, and I was talking with the waiter, and basically they looked at my shirt and was trying to identify what Metro Public Adjustment was. And so I told my story. I told a quick 30-second brief of what my story is. I basically, when people have damage to their homes and they don't have the money to make repairs, what I do is I help them find the money to make those repairs. And that opened up a big discussion item for us. So I ended up taking down his contact information, and I sent him an email this morning. I don't know if anything will come of it, but it's a new contact. It's someone now that I have here in Chicago to reach out to when we have PIPs, when we have open interviews. You want to be able to tell your friends, ask their opinion of insurance companies, find out what they think of it, and then you have those opinions that you can use as part of your story when you're talking to other people. Most people are introverts. I am too on a personal level. On a professional level, I'm pretty open and I talk pretty easily with people. But on a personal level, I'm actually pretty introverted. A lot of people that are professionally extroverts, but are introverts when they're more on a personal level. Most people say that the most scary thing in life, beyond even dying, is speaking in public. And that's what we do. We go beyond the fear. You reach beyond that fear and you grab a hold of it and you shake it up and you just do it. And once you do it, especially if you do it with a partner initially, maybe, don't do it by yourself. Grab a friend, grab me, grab somebody, and go out and do that extrovert activity with somebody else initially if you're a little bit timid on doing it. And there's nothing wrong with being that way. It's just that you need to be able to get out of that introverted mindset when you're dealing professionally. It's okay to have it personally, but on a professional basis, we have to go outside of that box and be willing to stretch ourselves a little bit. So you're going to say less to more people. That 30-second bit that I say, I try to say that to at least 6 people every day. You don't want to be addicted to the outcome. In other words, you don't want to feel that because this person is a great contact and should be an incredible referral source, that I need to have them on my team. You don't need to have anyone on your team. No one person is going to make your team. In fact, the one person that you think is going to be the best candidate at all, probably is going to say no. And it could destroy you if you're not prepared for it. So be prepared for it. And then if they say yes, bonus. But really, don't be addicted to the outcome of your meetings, because they're going to vary and they're going to be different than you expect. Sell the tools of the opportunity. I've put a number of YouTube videos out that have different purposes. Use them. Use my open interview if you'd like, so that you can use that to help draw in new candidates. Use the corporate overview presentation and enable people to view the company through that perspective. There's a number of tools out there that you can use. The video tends to be the tool today. It used to be DVDs. It isn't anymore. It's too easy to share a video and have that go out. Develop a newsletter to talk to your prospects or to people that are casually interested or connected. That newsletter can give both information that's current for the season or based upon something that's newsworthy, but it also could be a way of advertising your services and allowing people to request a policy coverage review. Our target here is always going to be the underemployed, because this really is a great business as a part-time business initially, and then have people move it into being a full-time gig. Do the 2-a-day challenge. Let me know that you're doing it, and let's track each other on it. Let's make sure we're all doing it, because if you contact 2 people a day, it's a good chance that one of those people is going to want to know more. And if they want to know more, you have a good opportunity of being able to do a policy coverage review or to do an open interview with that individual. And by doing that, you build your team or you build your claims. Neither one is bad. Both of them add to your business dramatically. So always have that first, and have that be a great opportunity for you to become an entrepreneur, take control of your business, and make it yours. I want to thank you for taking the time to watch this video. I hope you've learned something, and I hope we've gotten each other inspired to grow our businesses a little bit more. Thanks a lot, and I'll see you on the leaderboard.